Hello. If you're new to MWO and you feel like you're dying really fast, you're not alone. That was me when I started, and I will admit, there are still times when I die fast. I think that's normal. But I remember when I was brand new, I would get into a match, and before I even really knew what was happening, I was already dead. And what I realized is this game isn't really about just the shooting. It's about positioning, awareness, and decision making. So I want to walk you through the things that have actually helped me stay alive longer. First, make sure you stay with your team. This is probably the biggest one. If you're off by yourself, you usually get taken out really fast, and that is me every single time. Even if you're not doing a ton of damage yet, just being with your team is going to keep you alive longer. And if you're alive longer, then you're able to do more damage. Second, don't overextend. That just means pushing too far ahead of your team. This is something I catch myself doing once in a while. You see an enemy, you think you can get a kill, and suddenly you're by yourself and super focused. Your team isn't with you, and it's probably not the right move. And all of a sudden, it isn't just one enemy, it's a whole lance or the whole team. Another big one is to use cover. Don't just stand out in the open. Use things in the game such as buildings, corners, terrain, anything that lets you shoot and then pull back. Even stepping out, firing, and stepping back can make a huge difference in staying alive longer. Positioning is huge in this game. Where you are matters more than the weapons you're using. If you're in a bad position, it doesn't matter how good your build is, you're going to get taken out. And I've experienced this on several occasions. So try to stay near your team, not too exposed, and not isolated. Another big one, especially for me, is to watch your heat. If you're constantly firing everything, you're going to overheat and shut down. Especially certain weapons have more heat than others. Like energy weapons can be really fast. Some of the ballistics, missiles. And then there are others like machine guns, which don't really have any heat. But watch it because it will creep up on you quickly. I've done this way too many times trying to finish someone, and I would say this is my number one issue. I get so excited that they're almost dead and I overheat, and I use override because I don't want them to kill me. And so I end up suiciding myself. So, sometimes not firing everything or taking a second to cool down is actually what keeps you alive. So this kind of ties in to knowing when to push and when to back off. You don't always have to go in, and take that time to back off to let your mech cool down and the weapons cool down so that when you go back into the fight, you can shoot for a bit. Sometimes the best move is exactly what I said, which is to pull back, cool down, which will allow you to stay alive and try instead of trying to force something. Start paying attention to your mini-map. Where's your team? Where's the fight happening? Where is the enemy? If you see your team moving one way and you're going another, that's going to be a problem. Also, make sure you're moving with your team. I've had matches where my team is moving really fast and it's hard to keep up per se. However, if you are stuck by yourself, the enemy is going to get you. So most of this really comes down to one thing. Don't put yourself in a bad position. If you stay with your key team, use cover, make better decisions, watch your mini map, watch your heat, you're going to survive longer, and by surviving longer, you're going to get more damage. And once you do that and you start staying alive longer, the game becomes a lot more fun. I hope this helped. In my next video, I'm going to break down some terms you'll hear in matches so that everything starts to make sense. See you on the battlefield.